The one we got back from Epi must have been the only one.
Does every battleship have one?
Wait, that's it! That's why they went for Zayu's ship!
What do you mean?
Zayu's personal battleship isn't as big as the Lisab battleship, but it's still huge. Anti-grav stones alone wouldn't be enough to fly it. But Aquanium...
That could probably do the trick.
Uh-huh. So where are you going with this?
They broke into Zayu's mobile fortress to steal the Aquanium. Now that we know what they're after, it's easy for us to retrace their steps.
Ah, gotcha.
If Aquanium is involved, this is a national emergency.
Is it really that dangerous? It doesn't look it.
Do you know about the great explosion of 30 years ago?
I heard you mention it on the radio, but no, not really.
It was a gigantic explosion, which destroyed a vast area. And the cause, or rather, the fuel used to generate it, was Aquanium.
I had no idea. You seem to know a lot about it. Sorry to pry, but it feels like there's more to the story. You don't trust me enough to tell me?
No, don't be silly. It's not that. It's just...
I understand. I'm sure you have your reasons. There's something I haven't been able to bring myself to tell you either.
Do you bring that up now because you're ready to tell me?
I will, when we get back to Spino.
You're right. Let's get back.
Now, to trudge back to the entrance.
I just thought of something. That Epi guy. He ran off down this side passage, didn't he? Could very well be a shortcut. Let's find out.
Well, I'll be. So there was a shortcut.
Well, well. Looks like Epi blew it big time. Let's get moving, guys.
Thank you for coming.
Oh, you were here. Why didn't you come into town?
The people of Spino aren't exactly the biggest fans of the Royal Army. Not that I can blame them. Any updates on the current situation?
We ran into that armed group at the Lisab battleship.
What? So that smoke must have been their doing.
It's fine, though. We thumped them good.
My apologies that you had to deal with them. That's our job. We had our hands full, subduing the detachment of enemies who went north. With the Royal Army in chaos, we barely managed to fend them off.
They'll likely rejoin and cause more unrest. They're with Zeu.
But who are they?
No idea. All we know is that they're both well organized and well armed.
They're the Forestland Army.
But that's impossible. We signed an armistice with Forestland decades ago.
I also find it hard to believe, but they called their commander General. That only adds up if they're part of a large official military.
Yeah, what makes you so certain that it's the Forestland Army?
Well,
Don't feel you have to share it here if it involves your secret.
thanks. I think he should know too, though.
I see. In that case, shall we talk in your garage? General Are, would you mind coming alone?
Understood. Please, lead the way.
All right. Follow me.
All right then. Let's hear it.
The reason I can be so sure they're from Forestland is because I'm also originally from Forestland.
What did you say? You mean you're an illegal immigrant?
What do you mean, illegal?
Basically, it means she's not allowed in this country. But
Wow. Now that's bad.
Why did you decide to come here on your own?
I didn't. Some of my friends came with me.
And what compelled you to take the risk of coming to Sandland?
I wanted to find people willing to help us overthrow the Forestland government.
What? You're trying to stage a coup d'etat?
No, they are the ones who staged the coup d'etat.
Who's they?
The ones who took over the government and imprisoned Kind King Jam out of nowhere. The Forestland Army and its Supreme Commander, Bread. So now we, the Resistance, are fighting to take back our country. We've crossed blades with that General Epi you fought on the Lisa battleship before.
What do you think, General R.A.?
I'll admit, it does line up with our intel on Forestland. It's perfectly plausible.
I think so too. The timing of all this makes total sense. The wake of Zayu's downfall would be the perfect time for a rival nation to move against us.
But surely, they must realize the severe consequences of such aggression. What could possibly motivate them to take the risk of invading us?
Aquanium.
What? Impossible! Our entire supply was lost in that explosion 30 years ago.
That's not so. The Lisa battleship was powered by Aquanium. And I'd bet good money that Zayu's mobile fortress was as well. We kept them from taking the Lisa battleship's Aquanium. But if they loot the fortress...
I'll be damned. That's Zayu. Is there no end to the secrets he was keeping from his own army? I'm going back to the capital to request permission to mobilize the entire army and to ensure our ranks are free of moles.
What about the Aquanium?
That's up to you, though I'd feel safer if it were in your hands.
Understood. Now, it's my turn to share something. Once you've collected yourselves, come speak with me.
Would your army consider joining forces with us, the Resistance?
I'm sorry, but I can't commit to that here and now. You're asking me to make a choice that would affect the entire nation, and that isn't a decision that can be rushed. In any case, I don't have the authority to make such a call.
I see.
Hey! Nice. Is it just my imagination, or has the town gotten more lively? Oh yeah, I found something cool, so I'll share it. Bring me any rare items you find. I'll make it worth your while.
Hey, what was that thing Anne said? The resistors?
The Resistance.
Yeah, what's that?
It's the term for an opposition group. In this case, it seems to refer to those fighting against Commander Bread and his army, who stole control over Forestland from its king in a military coup.
So basically all it is a bunch of people who really hate the guy?
Well, something like that.
I've been thinking, rather than just talking. There's something I should show you. Will you come with me?
Sure, but where?
The site of the great Aquanium explosion.
Oh, all right, I'll come.